Hey, Austinites, did you know that plastic bags and styrofoam cannot be recycled in your blue cart or dumpster? And they can damage recycling equipment, injure workers, and end up in landfills. Now, the good news is that there are easy ways to recycle these items correctly right here in Austin. And recycling the right way just means the material will be used again and won't end up in landfills. Visit austintexas.gov/recycling or download the Austin Recycle app to learn more and connect to your local recycling options.
Hi, I'm David Plotz. I'm the CEO of CityCast, a podcast network that includes this show you're listening to, and also 12 other CityCasts in 12 other cities. And each one knows their city as well as your local team knows yours. So isn't it time we connected them? Don't you want to know how they're tackling their bike lane problems and housing challenges and sidewalk dog poop crises? That's why I'm hosting a new podcast called Your City Could Be Better. Because it could be. Every week, I'll chat with a different host in our CityCast network about what their cities are doing right and wrong, the weird things they're trying, and the surprising successes, so that we can all learn how to make our cities a little bit better. Listen to Your City Could Be Better on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
Today on CityCast Austin, it's the Friday News Roundup. From the West 6th Street shooting to elections, y'all, it has been a busy, busy week. So we're here to bring you up to speed on all of it. Plus, we're going to share some of our good news of the week, too, and our weekend picks. It's Friday, March 6th. It's my birthday weekend. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. Hello, I am here with our producers, Eva Ruth Morvek. What's up, Eva Ruth?
Hello, happy birthday weekend.
Hey, and Alyssa Castles. What's up, Alyssa?
Hello, hello.
Okay, so right off top, we're going to get into the big thing this week. Austin Police has released more information about the shooting on West 6th Street. And just a very quick and obvious note here, this conversation is going to be somewhat graphic. We're going to be discussing violence. So please just take care of your mental health in whatever way you need to. Thursday, Austin Police Chief Lisa Davis had a press conference. They've been kind of trickling out information all week. We've heard a lot about the victims. We've heard a lot about the heroism of first responders and the chaos of that shooting. And then during that press conference yesterday, we saw it firsthand. So police released a couple of recordings, first of the 911 calls, as well as several videos from nearby cameras. And they released the officers' body-worn cameras of what unfolded early Sunday morning outside of Buford's. Chief Davis, off top, warned the media about the materials and what they were going to see. She specifically said, we don't do this for shock value. We do it for transparency. She said, quote, "It's important again to understand the events that led up to this officer involved shooting," which I thought was a really smart thing to do.
She's been very transparent.
Yeah. So the video showed the chaos and the terror that the shooter caused. It looks like he just shot into a crowd outside of Buford's and then walked down the street looking for people to shoot. People that were calling 911 in the calls, they were actively directing the victims and others, telling him to get down and go a different way while they were on the phone with the police. And then another person was giving police information calmly because they were kind of away from it. It sounded like they were seeing it from maybe across the street, because the person kept saying, we're safe, but we're hearing all these gunshots. Then they also played the radio traffic from the police radios as they were moving into the scene. There's just people everywhere. It's West 6th Street on a Saturday. They're people everywhere, right? And so APD now knows that there are actually 19 people shot by gunfire. They thought originally it was 17. So now they know it's 19 people shot, 3 people killed, and 2 other victims remain in the hospital. Footage also shows the 3 officers, 2 were together, and then there was one coming from the other side that was alone, who approached and just started firing without hesitation.
That one, the second officer, I don't remember which number it was, but there was one officer who like showed up and then he caught up with another officer and was like, "I'm with you."
Yeah.
And then the two of them took off together to go down the street. Oh gosh, that takes some insane bravery.
But it's really interesting to see that unfold. Also, just like the hand on him.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be like, okay,
you're not alone.
Yeah. It's, it's like, it's really,
we're in it together.
You're going into this. Yeah, you're going into this crazy, crazy, crazy scene. You got to make sure all the people around you are okay. And in that moment, I'm guessing he just felt like, oh shit, I'm having to do this by myself. So to feel that hand on his shoulder, man, I bet was kind of fucking incredible. So Travis County, to that point, Travis County District Attorney Jose Garza announced this week that he will not be prosecuting the 3 Austin police officers who fired. Typically, officer-involved shootings go to like a grand jury and there's a whole look into it.
Not necessarily because they think that there's something wrong, but it's like, this is just what we expect protocol in an investigation. Yeah. It's like, and then the grand jury decides, is this something we need to look into further or not? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Jose Garza, not only did he announce it, but he like debunked people lying about it. He was like, I'm seeing a lot of people saying that we're going to do this. We absolutely are not. I'm going to say it again. These are heroes. We're not prosecuting them at all.
Yeah.
And of course, like there's some political contention on social media, of course, about this, which honestly is just kind of crazy. So now you're all brought up to speed, and I'm just curious what y'all's initial response to, because like I think anytime you see something like that unfold, you are immediately thrust into this place of just like, for me, I'm not going to speak for anybody else. I'm immediately thrust into this place with like, oh my God, these babies. Oh my God, these kids. I'm like, that's the first, like all the kids running and screaming and ducking and diving into the back of the bed of trucks, just like trying to get away. That's all I can think about. That's all I can focus on are these babies running and trying to keep each other safe. What was sticking out for y'all?
I think for me, the first, the 911 calls were the first thing we heard before we saw the video footage. And it's like, because we didn't have the video yet, you're just kind of imagining all these things happening in your head, and you do hear calm voices on the phone with police officers, but you're also knowing they're like, it's a heightened calm. It's something.
You're hearing screaming in the back.
And you're screaming, and it was difficult to listen to. It brought tears to my eyes, honestly, just because you're just imagining the scene unfold, and then you're putting yourself in their position as well of like, what would I do in this moment? Fight or flight type instincts coming in, and it was a lot to listen to.
Yeah. That first call specifically, the fact that the person that called in, they couldn't even respond to the fact that the call had been answered.
Right.
Because they were given instructions and telling people to get down and telling people to move over.
Right.
So the 911 operator had to be like, hello, 911, how can I, several times. And you can hear this very calm voice, assertive, but telling people, get out of the way. You need to get back over there. You need to go that way. Giving instructions and screaming. And the 911 operator just trying to patiently wait.
Yeah.
And then even when she talks to the 911, they talk to the 911 operator. They're like, they're shooting. People are being killed. You need to get here now. I'm just like, would I have that kind of wherewithal? I hope I would.
Yeah.
But would I have the wherewithal to be that calm and just facts?
Yeah. The thing for me that really stood out, and I've done a lot of reporting on officer-involved shootings, I've seen a lot of these body-worn camera videos. And I think that they're very powerful in helping the public understand what it's like to be a law enforcement officer in those moments, and kind of trying to have to take in all this information so quickly, the screams, the directions, the descriptions, all of this stuff. And of course, they're trained for that, but but it still does just really like, I think we're also so used to seeing kind of first person talking to the phone video, you know, we've gotten used to that kind of like communication almost. And I feel like that's almost what this was for APD. It's like their version of like first person experience. And I think like Chief Davis mentioned that she's been going into the public information office and like watching the officers there and the staff there process these videos and calls and see what's releasable, and that they're all sobbing and, you know, experiencing this trauma too. And that's another thing that stood out to me is just like, yes, this is traumatic for us to see again and experience in this way, but it's also so important for us to know how this happened and what APD actually did in response.
Yeah. And also, I think that they did focus on the actual shooter, and there were all of this, there were this footage. Specifically, it said from a parked car where he walked right into the camera frame, right? Like, and I don't know how that works. I don't know how a parked car could record. So I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. Maybe it was some kind of Waymo or something, you know?
Yeah, but like he walks right into the camera, and you see him with the gun, you see him looking around, you see him coming closer and searching, and you see him.
Yeah, he's like pacing back and forth.
And he's pacing, and he looks like he, and again, like, listen, I'm just telling you what I saw. The man looks like he's just gone. Like he's just not even there. And I don't know what that means, but that's what it looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what it looked like to me. Just know. I mean, he immediately, it's like he's searching for someone to hurt, and then he finds someone and points.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
it's terrifying. And APD did say that they have not had previous interactions with him. That was one thing.
They did say that.
Executed these 2 search warrants at different places. They're going through all the evidence. They wouldn't say anything more about the terrorism connection, but they did say we've never had any encounters with this person. There was something in 2022, like a mental health connection, something from New York even. So I'm sure they'll provide more information, but this is where we are for now.
Yeah. So like still a super, super fucking heavy time for our city. Still a confusing time for our city. We're still learning about people. There's still people's lives who are kind of, you know, it's unknown whether or not they're going to survive. So this is something that is still actively hurting our community, actively affecting us as a city. And so, you know, just like I've said a million times, take care, be careful about what you take in and what you read and what you see and what you view. Stay informed, but try real hard not to spiral.
One thing really quickly that I want to add is just that, you know, this weekend there are still events going on, there are fundraisers, there will be, you know, I'm sure the memorial outside of Buford's will grow, and we'll try to keep things on our social media, but like just, you know, take time in processing this stuff because it is hard, but it's important, I think, for us to know what's happening.
Yeah.
And we're going to say goodbye to Alyssa for this next section real fast, but we'll see you again soon, Alyssa.
I miss you, Alyssa. Hey y'all, I have to tell you about this new exhibit at the Blanton Museum of Art. It brings together some of today's most renowned digital artists. It's called Run the Code. And this unique immersive art experience is a collaboration between the Blanton and the Toma Foundation. Y'all, this is the first exhibition of its kind at the Blanton, and it's exclusively dedicated to digital art. It complements the museum's vast, thought-provoking collection, and it vibes with Austin's robust tech community and its role as one of the fastest growing tech hubs in the U.S. Plus, visitors can directly engage with several of the works. The Blanton is the only current venue in the world for Run the Code. The exhibition is currently not scheduled to travel anywhere else. So make sure you check it out. Run the Code is on display at the Blanton from March 8th through August 2nd. You can find more information and tickets at blanton.org.
We are gearing up for springtime in Austin, which is always super busy. And I have a great hack for you. It's Doer jeans. I have a pair in black and they go with everything. They look nice and they're super comfortable. I know I can throw these on in the morning and not worry about them at all from day into the night. And Doer's performance denim is so comfortable I can even wear it squatting in the blue bonnets for my family photos. The fabric is high quality and Doer uses these Coolmax fibers that help regulate my temperature, whether I'm sweating through an outdoor music showcase or freezing in a keynote speaker session. I know you're going to love Doer as much as I do, so go get your own. Check out shopdoer.com/CCAustin and you'll get 15% off of your first order. That's shopdoer.com/CCAustin.
Okay, we're back. And now we've got Omar Gallaga, a Central Texas-based tech reporter, on to join us for this next story. What's up, Omar?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. I'm so glad you're back.
Thank you.
So we made it through Tuesday night's primary elections, and it might not be a surprise that as we are seeing AI kind of encroach in many aspects of life, it's made its way into our elections too. And, you know, elections are not going away anytime soon, hopefully. There's a runoff in late. There's a runoff.
We wish they would.
Yeah, there's a runoff here for Texans in late May for the Republican nominee for the U.S. Senate seat, which is a race between Ken Paxton and John Cornyn, as well as a runoff for the Travis County Commissioner's Court nomination for Precinct 4, and in the Democratic race for House District 49 between Kathy Tovo and Montserrat Garyabe. So we expect AI will still be playing a role in the months to come. Omar, tell us more about this. How are we seeing AI play a role in these elections?
I mean, we can definitely talk about how citizens and voters are using AI, because I think that's a whole other discussion.
Ooh,
But as far as campaigns, I mean, definitely we saw in this election cycle, you know, a lot of AI generated campaign material. A lot of it spread through social media. Jasmine Crockett also had, you know, some AI assisted content out there that came under fire. And I think, you know, we're seeing this, you know, I come from the video game world. I do a lot of coverage of video games. And there's been this huge uprising among gamers of like, if you use AI in your game, I'm not going to play it.
What?
But I don't think people feel that way about politics. I think they don't have that same aversion to AI because I think they sort of expect it from campaigns. They sort of expect that whatever new technology is bubbling up is going to be part of the election cycle. I mean, every 4 years, whatever technology is happening right then, you see that in campaigns. I mean, back to, I'm thinking like when Foursquare was a thing and location-based apps were a thing, that was part of campaigns. So the rise of social media, that was part of campaigns. So I don't find it at all surprising that AI would be, you know, coming into play. But where it gets dicey with elections is how much of this is real. You know, how much of this can you look at a campaign ad and know, you know, whether are those crowds that are in the video real, or were they, you know, Will Smithed in there? Like,
yeah,
you don't know.
It's a slippery slope.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I think, you know, in an era where there's so much misinformation and so much concern over what's real and what's not, it becomes an even bigger question, because we all know that AI can be very problematic when it comes to fact checking or just knowing if something is real content or AI generated content.
Some of the feedback we got about Jasmine Crockett's ad, people say it was obvious that she used AI and it bothered people. Why? You think that it bothers people because they can't tell what's real and what's true? Do you think that's what it is? Or why do you think it's so, or it can be so disconcerting for people?
Offensive.
Yeah.
There's a phenomenon, and I think a lot of people are familiar with it, called the uncanny valley.
Yes.
We used to hear that a lot when it came to like CGI, like whenever you'd see something like the Polar Express, where it's like not quite there, but
yeah. But
what is it? I don't know this.
The uncanny valley is where something that is that's virtual, like say a computer generated like person, and it's almost human-like but not quite, and you have a very visceral reaction to that's not real, that's not human, and
like it angers you,
almost like a
or
visceral,
like scares you. For me, it makes me
Exactly.
feel unsettled. It's weird. It's like they're so close to looking human that you feel like they should look more human, but they don't. And it makes you unsettled.
Because you can tell that they're not.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like
Wow.
that. It's like this really crazy middle ground of like, oh, no. Either I need you to
Unsettled is the
look.
right word,
Yeah,
yes.
I think I need you to either look exactly human. I need you to go be 100%, or I need you to back up a little bit. And
Like,
go
be
into
blue.
the-
If you're
Yeah,
blue
like-
and human-like, that's
Yeah,
okay.
like be.
If
go
you were
back
just a
to
cartoon,
2000
you'd be fine.
Yeah, go back to like 2006 CGI. This is
That's why Charlie Brown is okay, but like Tom Hanks
Exactly.
in Polar Express, not so much.
It's so.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
Yes,
Or Paddington even like being
Yes.
too real, right?
Oh,
like
no, Paddington is 100% real. I
oh
refuse
my
to
gosh, we've
hear
got
otherwise.
a Paddington fan.
Omar
I
is not
adore-
taking any more questions at this time.
My
no more
kids were
questions.
just the right age for Paddington and Paddington 2. We will not talk ill of Paddington.
That was
Anyway.
the perfect amount of real bear right there.
But with AI, like we're having those reactions. We're seeing things that are like, that's not quite right. I think when it's obvious that it's AI, that it's clearly meant to be a joke or satirical or like so over the top that no one would believe it was real. That's almost better than something that's trying to be real and doesn't quite get there. That where you have that gut, like something's not right. This doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
So I think, but then that goes to the question of, because AI is developing so quickly, because these image generators, we've got Nano Banana and from Google and Sora from OpenAI, all these image and video generators, they're getting there. They're getting to the close to photorealistic. You can't tell whether something's real or fake. Is that more insidious than something that's obviously like the Jasmine Crockett thing didn't bother me because it's like, well, it's clearly AI and we know it. She knows it. They've acknowledged it.
But it took her a minute to acknowledge it. And I feel like it's the unclear part that pisses people off. Like, don't lie to me about it, or don't hide it. If it is AI, like, I don't want to be fooled. You know what I mean?
And where it gets tricky in that is that, we have a lot of older voters, a lot of people that are actually going to be voting are an older demographic. Can they tell? They might not be as conversant in AI. They might not be always online and able to tell fake from real. So that's where it gets a little bit dicey. Does everyone know that, or do only certain people know that?
Also, we're being fooled all the time. All the time. So at this point, I'm just like, it could be, it could not be.
You're used to it.
It's put me to a place where I just don't really trust anything. And I'm always looking for like weirdness around the mouth when they talk. I'm like,
But it's getting so good. It's like they don't have 6 fingers anymore, or
watch the mouth.
weird like
Watch the
extra
mouth.
arms. It's the mouth.
The mouth.
Fingers,
Yeah.
text. Well, I mean, that used to be the thing. It's like, if there's text in an AI video, you can tell right away because it's all blurry or misspelled or whatever. It's like, now that's not happening as much anymore. Now the AI has gotten past that.
Yeah.
And I mentioned the Will Smith thing earlier. I had wrote a whole story about when Will Smith put out concert footage. And he
Yes.
zoomed in on it. The crowds had like weird fingers and multiple heads. And it was like, people who do this, who are generating
Yeah.
content for campaigns, they know that, and they're using better tools now.
Okay, so you mentioned that consumers are using AI, or voters are using AI too, right? Is that what you said at the top?
Yeah, I came across this story that Josh Baer, who's known as a kind of founder and CEO around these parts, very involved with Capital Factory. He was in a story talking about just how people are using AI, and he launched a tool, an election tool, for people to be able to kind of like get voting information from ChatGPT and Grok and Gemini, and Anthropic, which is one that a lot of people really rely on. It's called txvotes.app. And yeah, Josh Baer put this together, and it's I just pulled it up and it says bad request, so maybe it's offline. But yeah, he developed this tool.
He is not working for the runoffs.
But txvotes.app is a tool to kind of go through the voting information, most like a voting guide. Like, all these organizations put out voting guides. This is basically an AI tool to sort of do the same thing, to kind of go through all of the voting guides and collect that information and kind of give you an idea of like who aligns with, what you would want to vote for as far as issues and such.
Wow. Cool.
So it's like, one thing AI is really good at that is sorting information. You give it a ton of information and it kind of gives you the headlines or gives you the main points. And there are people who are going to turn to AI for voting advice. They're going to say, I don't know who to vote for. AI, tell me who's a good candidate, who aligns with my values. The problem is, as we know, AI has a lot of blind spots, a lot of areas where it has racial biases. It's whatever people put into it. So I'm a little leery of people using AI for voting advice because, and also the other thing AI does a lot that we hear about is it sort of caters to your ego a lot. It sort of is very sycophantic. So it may be giving you bad advice that it thinks you want to hear. And when it comes to voting, it's like, this candidate seems to align with your values. And I'm like, but I'm not a Nazi.
I don't like that.
So yeah, I think people are leaning on AI more and more for personal decisions is what I'm seeing. And voting is a very personal decision for a lot of people. And it's like, if you go to the poll and there's like 20 or 30 candidates and you don't know who's who, it's very easy to just ask AI, well, what do you think I should vote for? You know me.
Oh my God, you know me.
You know me, Claude.
That is crazy to me.
Well, I'm sure it's like a lot of you have to give it those prompts. Like, I care about these topics or these issues. Now, who should I vote for? If you don't have that relationship with your AI, which I do not.
People that are paying for ChatGPT accounts, people who are using Claude every day. And, it used to be when you asked, and I'm afraid to say her name because she's going to, Alexa or Siri or Google.
Yeah, because she'll hear you.
You asked you asked it one question, like, what's that song on the radio, or set a timer for me, whatever. And that was the end of that conversation. Now AI keeps track of this conversation. It's an ongoing dialogue. So it gets to know your preferences. Wow. It gets to know what you think about things or what you're requesting or what your search history is. So I think for people that are in the habit of using ChatGPT every day or Claude, and I know some of those people, they are very much leaning on these AI tools to like tell them not what to think, but like, what should I do? What do you think? Like almost like a second opinion, like you would ask a friend or a family member, in days of yore.
Oy. So disturbing.
I feel like every time I come on here, I say scary things.
I feel like you every time. I'm like, no.
I terrify you guys every time I come on here.
Like, no.
We want to go back to the Stone Ages on CityCast Austin.
So I'm guessing that we're probably just going to continue to see this. As more people become reliant on AI or ChatGPT or Claude, we're going to see more people using AI to make these decisions.
I think so. And I think, we're getting into this era of AI agents where like we're going to have these sort of like virtual robots that are doing our bidding, handling our finances, doing tasks for us. I'm wondering, do we ever get to a point where we're sending our AI agent to the poll to vote for us? Like, is that ever going to be a thing? How dystopian is that?
Oh my gosh.
I know who I'm voting for, so I send my AI agent to go to the actual polling place or virtual. I don't know.
Maybe let's figure out how to register voters online before we do that. Like, come on.
60% of AI agents voted for this person. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I could see that happening if when people get comfortable enough with the technology and trust it.
I'm gonna have nightmares about this later.
There's some things I'm ready to outsource to an AI agent. If anybody wants to apply, I'm taking resumes.
No, even Ruth, no. No. Damn it, no.
If an AI agent wants to do my taxes, I'll be fine with that.
That's what I'm saying. Get my groceries? Yes, please.
And the one piece of the puzzle we haven't talked about is actual robots, like AI agents embodied by
in real
actual
life.
Physical robots that are, folding our clothes and, taking care of our kids and things like that.
No, absolutely.
Which we
not.
have here, right? The Rizbot, isn't he one?
Yeah,
Jake the Rizbot. I've seen him all over social media.
The one with a cowboy hat that goes.
Yeah,
that can't walk up a curb. No.
Yeah,
no.
And he like tries to be hip.
I can't, y'all.
This skinny little robot. I adore him.
Oh my
I
gosh.
do too.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
He is the metal Paddington.
Oh, there we go.
No.
He is. We need to bring it back.
Just put a raincoat on him and a little hat and a little red hat.
He's very cute.
Omar, thank you so much for popping on and chatting with us. This is awesome. You scare me, but in like a good way. In a good way.
I'm trying to be less scary. And next time I will have a happier topic that doesn't terrify everyone.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
Useful robots.
I'm signing up for it.
More Paddington, less Stephen King next time.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Bye, Omar. y'all, did you know that parking tickets are now $50? It's definitely changed how often I'm willing to roll the dice while parking downtown. And if you're like me and you want to spend more time exploring our bustling city, like maybe shopping in the 2nd Street District or enjoying a meal on West 6th, or honestly just taking a stroll down Congress, you should check this out. Now, there's a program going on right now through April 30th that has me getting out into the heart of our city a little bit more. If you shop at 35 select businesses downtown, you can get 2 hours of free validated parking in select garages. And these vouchers are valid all day, Sunday through Thursday, and until 4 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. So go visit downtownaustin.com to learn more.
Hey, y'all, it's Eva Ruth. I don't know about you, but I feel like this time of year in Austin, the one thing that is consistent is that the weather is constantly changing. Our mornings can be really chilly, so you gotta have your layers, but by the afternoon, you're burning up and peeling these layers off. So the one thing that I'm reaching for constantly is my Dewar Shacket. That's right, a shirt jacket. It's a perfect neutral color, and it's made from this super high quality fabric that is so comfortable and cozy. And their clothing is really versatile. You can wear this jacket dressed up, dressed down, dressed all around. Dewar's denim and lifestyle apparel is made for us to move freely without sacrificing comfort or style. And that sounds perfect for us Austinites. So if you don't have your own Dewars yet, now is the time to check them out. Go to shopdewar.com/CC Austin and you'll get 15% off of your first order. That's shopdeuer.com/CC Austin.
So we've been talking about some heavy stuff, and we wanted to just talk about a couple of things that are going on that are, it's good news. It falls in the realm of just like good news that we're excited about. So Eva Ruth, why don't you go first? What kind of good news you got for us?
Well, I read in my handy dandy Austin American Statesman newspaper something that I just really loved. And I have to also just give a shout out to the newspaper, because you don't read these kinds of stories if you're just looking for headlines online. Okay. But if you read the newspaper, you get it all. So this week, there was a great write-up by Cedric Golden. He's a sports writer, and it was a commentary piece from him about Weston Field Park getting renamed for Don Baylor. And there was a ceremony this week rededicating it. It sounds like it was really beautiful. And it's a park that has like a baseball field and some tennis courts and a playpen. And it's right off of Mopac South on Infield in Winstead. And it's this park where Don Baylor, he's an amazing, celebrated baseball player who died in 2017, but he was a native Austinite. And he talked about during his lifetime in Austin, he talked to his son a lot about this park and how he grew up in Clarksville. He was a black baseball player. He grew up during Jim Crow Austin, and he could never play at this park, even though it was so close to his house. And then, and he paved all these roads. He went to O. Henry Junior High and Austin High School. He was one of the first, black students in both of those schools. He then went on to play in Major League Baseball. He went to 3 World Series. He played for 19 years. He became a manager, and he was named Manager of the Year one year. And he had this great nickname, Groove. And so he was just really, really amazing, but never got his flowers. And they renamed the park after him. And they had this ceremony, with unveiling a plaque about him. The paper quoted Kirk Watson, our mayor, saying that, as fast paced as the city moves, as much as going on in the city at any given time, when it takes a moment to celebrate our diversity, it celebrates our history, and it celebrates us being together in a place like the Don Baylor Neighborhood Park. They mentioned that it also kind of bridges together current Austin with old Jim Crow South, and recognizing how this is all connected, So Anyway, that's my good news is this park is now Don Baylor Park. And of course, anybody can go there now, remember
love
him.
That.
I love it too.
This.
Way to go,
Yeah.
Austin, righting your wrongs.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And not just glossing over it,
Right.
like actually admitting like this guy beat the odds to, be who he was,
Yeah,
So
Love
I
it.
love that. That's
I
great.
love to hear it. That's what I'm talking about, Austin.
I know. We're just trying to make you cry over here. Who's next?
Alyssa, you're next.
Mine won't make you cry. It might make you hungry,
Or
though.
smile.
I'll take
Or
it. I'll
hungry.
take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
So yeah, my good news is that Texas Monthly came out with their list of the 10 best new restaurants across Texas. This is their 25th iteration of the list. And Austin's Fish Shop made the list. It is the only Austin restaurant on the top 10. Texas Monthly's dining critic, Paula Forbes, she said that these 10 restaurants stood out because they, quote, dared to be opinionated, bizarre, dazzling, even fun. She then continued to say, a good restaurant will serve you a nicely cooked steak. A great restaurant will offer you chicken tenders brilliantly brined in fermented peppers and dill, fried, then drizzled with a toffee-like sauce and sub-sandwich dressing, as Rainbow Cat in Dallas does.
What?
Experimentation is the common denominator among the restaurants on this list. So,
Okay.
Fish Shop must be doing something cray-cray. Must be doing something inventive and fun.
I mean, listen, I'm not trying to talk shit about Fish Shop. I have been several times.
You've been a return customer.
I've been a return customer because their fish and chips are solid. If you have some solid French fries, you are going
They
to
do.
get my money every time. And their
Agreed.
French fries, they look like little Lincoln logs. I love them so much. They're
Yum.
delicious. They're
They
delicious.
are really good. Those are the fries that come with the fish and chips, but they also have like regular fries you
fries,
can order
yeah.
as a side. And they're equally delicious. But apparently also they farm their own oysters in the Gulf Coast. Yeah.
Oh,
and they're kind of,
shit.
so they're the
Whoa.
people that own the restaurant, they're Californians that moved to the city, and they're a husband and wife pair that met while working at Justine's together. Yeah, they have Gulf oysters, which are more traditionally like bigger oysters, but theirs are actually perfectly sized.
Wow. They're exclusive.
Wow.
They are exclusive.
That's pretty inventive.
It's very inventive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like to go to that length, but y'all are not convincing me that they deserve this place on the spot on the 10 best.
Here, listen,
I like it. I like it. I like it.
I wish you could see Alyssa's face. She's like, I like it.
I just glitched. I'm AI. I'm the uncanny valley. Oh, God.
It's like you were trying to get yourself there. You were like,
She literally could not say it.
Oh, my God.
and that is the endorsement. There you go. That speaks for
Okay.
itself. That's it.
I like it.
That was wonderful.
Oh, God. Nikki, what's
Let
your
us-
good news? Let's just move on.
Moving on. Oh my God, I love it. My good news is rain. Listen, I am so excited. So this is my birthday weekend. And one of my favorite things in the world is to sit and look out the window and watch the rain and be in my Pisces feelings and color in my coloring books and drink tea like I'm on some sort of movie set. And I'm going to get a chance to do that. So we had a little bit of rain yesterday. That's expected to continue today. But then there's a cold front coming through this weekend that's supposed to bring straight up thunderstorms. And your girl loves a thunderstorm. We can always use rain. I'm never mad at it. Tomorrow's high is going to be 80 degrees. And then there's also an 80% chance of rain. So that it's not going to be pleasant.
What?
It's going to be like having a wet sweater on. You're going to have on a wet sweater. Wet, hot sweater all day.
It will be so gross and humid.
It's going to be so gross and humid. I don't care. Then on Sunday, the high is going to drop to like low 70s, high 60s,
Perfect temperature.
right? Still 70% chance of rain. So it's supposed to rain all weekend. By the end of the weekend, like additional rainfall total should be 1 to 2 inches.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope that's not too good to be true.
Yeah, and they're saying for most of the area. So it's not like just a couple of places going to get a little rain. We are all supposed to be getting rain this weekend. But, some people might get more than others. And then the rain chances kind of drop a little bit on Monday, but they come right back on Tuesday. So we're looking at like a couple of solid days of rain. And I don't know about y'all, but that's good news for me. I love it.
Absolutely.
I love to see it, especially
Very
this
good
early
news.
in the season. Yeah.
We
Wash
need
some of
it.
this pollen
we need
away.
it so bad.
Please.
Yeah. Wash some of this
Take the
cedar
pollen away.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm suffering. I'm ready for this rain to come wash it away. I'm
Love
so
it.
excited. Yeah. So, but I'm also one of those people. I don't know. Some of my friends find this annoying. I do not let the rain stop me from being out and about.
Yeah.
So I'm still going to be doing stuff this weekend. But what are y'all going to be doing? Alyssa, you want to go first?
Sure. I am going to see my friend John Cook. Shout out to the actor John Cook and a show at Hyde Park Theater. It's called Witch by the playwright Jen Silverman. It's at 8 p.m. tomorrow. It's described on their website as, quote, if you've ever looked around and thought, maybe it's time to burn it all down and start fresh, this is the play for you. This is Jen Silverman's darkly funny and very modern take on the 1621 Jacobean play, The Witch of Edmonton. So it should be interesting.
It sounds good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The show runs Thursday through Saturdays until March 21st. So this is not the only weekend if you are interested in going.
Hell yeah.
Tickets start at $25, but it's pay what you can on Thursdays. And apparently they will get more expensive the last 2 weeks of the run. So check it out, you theater nerds out there.
Theater nerds.
Solid.
Okay, so I don't know. It sounds right up. It sounds right up my alley. I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all. It sounds right up my alley. Okay, so firstly, tomorrow, Neon Rainbows is having a midnight rodeo, 10 p.m. to 3 a.m., $10 at the Chess Club. There's DJ, there's drag, there's dancing. It's super, super gay. It's a good time. There'll probably be line dancing, it's a good time. That's happening. $10. Can't beat it. And then, I don't know if you guys know this, but Lady Gaga is going to be at the Moody Center on Sunday.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am. On my day of birth,
My
Lady Gaga,
birthday.
God.
Lady Gaga is blessing us. It's listen, my birthday, March 8th, is also International Women's Day. And the one and only Lady Gaga will be having the Mayhem Ball, night one, because she's here multiple nights. But first night, 7 p.m. at the Moody Center. There are still tickets.
Wow. That's going to be a
There's still
crazy
tickets?
show.
Wow.
She'll be here the 8th and the 9th.
Nice.
You do what your pocketbook tells you that you need to do, but tickets are very expensive. I think they start at $386 a ticket.
Ay.
Wow.
But listen, for some people that is just dropping the bucket. If you told me that was Beyonce, I'd be like, take my $386.
Right. If she's your all-time favorite artist and
it's Lady Gaga.
You need to see her, it's going to be an insane entertainment spectacle for sure.
And
you're going to get a great show. There
are tickets left, but not many. So she ain't going to have any problem selling out. But anyways, Lady Gaga, that is my other pick for the weekend because how could I not? It's Lady Gaga. If you haven't seen it already, check out Nikki's picks because I have a few other things that are kind of like on the radar that I'm thinking that you could get into this weekend. And of course, as usual, we always have our events calendar in our newsletter. So just, we got you covered. Everything you need. Eva Ruth, what about you?
Solid.
What you got going on?
So as much as I love your good news, Nikki, of the rain, I am hoping that we can still take advantage of It's My Park Day. It's going on tomorrow, Saturday, and these parks need our help, y'all. So I don't know. I will stay tuned to the Austin Parks Foundation to see if anything changes as far as their, rain cancellations or anything. But I am going to be at Givens District Park with some of our CityCast Austin neighbors, and we would love for other CityCast Austin neighbors to join us. And we're going to be volunteering from 9 a.m. to noon, And if you don't know about It's My Park Day, it's Austin Parks Foundation's day of service that's all led by community members. And they do it twice a year. And you basically just pick a park and you do whatever the project is at that park. It can be things like litter cleanup, tree mulching, invasive species management, all kinds of things. So if you go to austinparks.org, you can pick a park that you want to go to. And there are still spaces available at different parks. And then you just join their project and you do the thing. It's a really nice way to give back, and you get a T-shirt. So yeah, we would love for people, again, to come to Givens District Park. If you're looking for more information or you want to join us at Givens, just make sure you go to the Park Foundation website and RSVP, and we'll hopefully see you there in between the raindrops, doing our part to help these parks.
We want to shout out to our new members, the Singer family. Pew, pew, pew. Brum, brum. I love y'all so, so, so much. Shout out to Jonathan and Randy and Emerson and Max and Luca, who are all the Singer family, and our newest CityCast Austin neighbors. You can become a neighbor too. And in addition to hearing your name right here on our amazing podcast and me telling you that you're my sweet little baby, you can get a few other perks too. My favorite thing is the events. I like to meet people, I like to talk to you, and we have members only events. We just had one last month. We had a cute little trivia night at Stargazer. It was awesome. I got to meet so many new people, and I thought we had fun. I thought it was a good time.
It was great.
Yeah. And so you get
Super
swag,
fun.
you get your name on the podcast, you get, it's all kinds
You
of
come
good
to
stuff.
our stuff.
You come to our stuff. We just gave away some
volunteer.
South by Southwest badges. It's a good time. So go to membership.citycast.fm and find out more about how you can become a CityCast Austin neighbor today.
Yay.
Yay! Yeah, shout out to all of y'all. We love you guys so much. That is our Friday News Roundup. Thank you guys for tuning in. Alyssa, Eva Ruth, thank y'all for being on with me. It is always a pleasure.
Thank you,
Bye.
birthday girl Nikki.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Yay! That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. Our executive producer is Eva Ruth Morvek. Our producers this week are Elizabeth Kama, Lizzie Goldsmith, and Alyssa Castles. And I am your host, Vicki Devon. Our CityCast Austin newsletter editor is Kelsey Bradshaw. Music is by Nelson Villante Aguilar of Como Las Movies, with additional music by All the Kimonos and Duke Harrington, Sarah the Instrumentalist, Always Pass It On, and Elliot Holmes, courtesy of EpidemicSound.com and Gadina, 8 Main, and Speedometer from Triple Scoop Music via Getty Images. If you enjoyed the show, tell your friends, rate our show, leave us a review, and as always, subscribe to our CityCast Austin newsletter. We'll be back Monday morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.